Hello and welcome artists and art lovers. In this video I'm going to be starting and finishing a brand new painting. If you've been following my reels, you would have seen some of this process already, but here is the entire process of creating this piece from start to finish. The reason I started this particular painting was because I wanted to focus on, first of all, my creative process. I've been struggling to come up with ideas lately, so I thought that creating a painting with no idea what I was going to do getting into it would be a good way to kickstart my creative process again. And I also need to focus on depth in my background. So those are the two things that I am mainly putting my energy towards while creating this piece. This is also actually my first time trying this planning method. I've always just kind of gotten into it and started painting, but I haven't actually put down a wash before painting, which I know is very recommended, and most people do that with their painting. So I decided that I should try it and see how it works, and I think it really worked well for me, so I'll probably be doing that regularly from now on. I did kind of revert back to a lot of the things and symbolism that I use in a lot of my other paintings. Like, I use a lot of eyes and stars and fiery imagery in some of my paintings, so I'm thinking I'm going to be doing this a lot more regularly and trying to expand my creative mind. I don't really use palette knives very often. I kind of just use them to make colors, but I actually really liked using them for this piece because it did help create a lot of visual interest in my background, which is exactly what I wanted for this piece. And apologies if you hear any purring or heavy breathing in this. I have my cat on my lap and she snores while she sleeps. I left it here for the first stage so all of the thick bits of paint could dry, and then I focused more on texture as well on the second day, using gesso to try and add some texture. The yellow paint I'm using in this video is very translucent. It's not the highest quality paint, but to overcome this, I made the underpainting have a little bit more depth so that when I used the yellow paint, it could almost be a wash, and I could still have those bright and dark values that I want. And again, when it comes to the background of this piece, I want depth, and I decided to let some of the first layer of paint, the underpainting, seep through, because I thought that would help create that. The anatomy of the eye is going to be a little bit strange because it's not a left or right eye. I also wasn't particularly going for realism, but I like the idea of the eye being almost symmetrical. And again, here I am planning on layering that yellow paint above these white lines so that I can create some more brightness. I end up changing a lot about the eyes after I add the lashes, which I'm about to do. I wasn't a huge fan of how it ended up looking. I think I overdid it a little bit, and I also think it just took away from a lot of the shading in the eyes. And here I am just finishing up the final touches. I'm thinking of using this painting as an opportunity to learn a little bit more. This won't be the last time you will see it in a video. And we're about to reach the conclusion of this video. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!